public is a totally different energetic. But it's not as intense right now as I thought it would be. So, here's me, 2025. Let's see, April 2025. Aprils are often a big ass fucking month for me. Oh yeah, anniversary the month my husband left me. Anniversary the month my husband left me. 11 years ago in mid-April, my husband said, you know what, I don't want to be married to you anymore. And thus began the darkest time of my life for the next 7 years. Fuck. Okay. And back in 2019, I made a really fucking good video that I'm still really proud of. And I definitely need to like republish the shit suit video because it builds confidence in me. Because I go, that's how I am when I am well-resourced, well-rested, feel, supported in what I'm doing, feel respected, feel, confident in my wisdom. Okay. So, shit suit removal in process. Monday I spoke to my therapist, and she's luckily pretty well educated about lots of stuff, including energetic clearing and somatic processes and the efficacy. So she's like, I know how it really helps you sometimes for me to say I prescribe XYZ. Like she's prescribed rest for me before. Anyway, and so this time she was like, I prescribe somatic processing, a lot of it. You got to clear that shit. So I'm like, all right, good. I have a really good qigong for emotional clearing kind of practice I can return to by a genius named Catherine Bird, who has since written The Healing Process for Healers or some shit like that. So I need to read that book because I got it waiting for me. Oh, my Kindle. Anyhow, okay, next. In the shit suit analogy, every wounding, every trauma, everything kind of adds to you. And you just start carrying it around, sort of like, oh, I'm a little kid and something really gross just happened and I don't understand and I can't process it. So I'm going to pick up this big ass rock and stick it right here and carry that around. And then you do that until you're completely covered in literal, like, fucking unprocessed shit, right? And don't give yourself more shit by going like, why didn't you do it sooner? You didn't know. I didn't know. And now I know. So now I need to listen to what I know instead of like, I'm too tired, I don't want to do it. Okay. So right now, what I'm going to talk about is, and demonstrate, is emotional processing through gardening. And what it means and how to do it. And it's really fucking easy. And actually pretty fun. So in addition to anniversary of my husband leaving me, April 2014, it's also the anniversary of my big ass interview in Eugene with 13 people of the Alumni Association. And it was a dream job that I've been waiting for, and I'd been, it was a big competition to get that position, even though the fucking job description was literally written for me. Because I called the vice president of advancement, Mike Andreessen, and I said, hey, I can't handle this shit anymore. I'm applying for a job at PSU. Will you give me a reference? And he said, well, if you're really, really gonna leave, then yes, I'd be happy to give you a reference. However, what can I do to get you to stay? And out of that conversation, well, actually, no, he said, I'd really like you to stay. I've had some things in mind specifically for you, and I'm gonna go ahead and put a little more thought into that, and I'll let you know soon what that looks like. What some of my ideas are and see how they sound. So I'll be back to you soon. So I was like, okay. I had to wait months, but eventually the job description was written. I got to review it. I got to help write it. The job was posted, and thus began the competition for the job he said was mine. Okay. So yeah, mid-April, that was that interview. I think it was the same week my husband left me. Oh my God, that motherfucking shit. Okay. I'll admit now that I had keys to the president's office in the Portland UO building, White Stag. I had keys because sometimes I would fill the role of his executive assistant. That's how I met the mayor. I mean, no, the governor of Oregon, back when it was that man. He was really handsome in his jeans and jacket. Okay, back to processing. So yeah, just saying the shit out loud, also processing. Did you know that? And sometimes you just gotta say and say and say it. And here's the thing: if we weren't all so fucking short on time, we'd actually have the time and capacity to listen to our friends and to say, yeah, you know, the things like, hey, I understand, and I'm sorry you're going through that. And you know, if we spend enough time together, that we were able to say these things before they got to be really severe and upsetting and difficult to manage, we wouldn't even have to talk about it so long. You get picking up what I'm putting down? So that's part of the reason why I started using YouTube, because no storage limits, no time limits, and I know someday somebody will want to watch what I'm doing. So here goes. Just hang out with me like if we were really hanging out. This is what I've been doing, exactly this. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, let's look at the grass. See, it's really long. But it feels really good on my bare knees and feet. It's plenty warm for this. If you know, I actually get barefoot no matter how fucking cold it is, basically. Within reason. Okay, so anyhow, here we go. I've got this really long grass. And I've got a lot of trauma to process. And a lot of anniversary trauma to fucking process. And so I'm gonna let the muscles contract. And I'm holding on to the grass and it's ripping. It's this really fucking cool ripping sound. But I'm holding enough of it. That I can pull really hard. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not scaring anybody. I'm just fucking ripping up some grass. Later it'll get mowed. But right now it's this beautiful, long, little bit wet. I'm gonna take my jacket off now. My t-shirt, my long sleeve shirt, whatever. It doesn't matter what it's called. Okay. Oops. Oh well. Okay. Bare skin on the ground. As much as you can stand. Getting on the ground. Jeanette likes to come just lay on my mat in my yard like full length and take fucking naps. One time a little girl thought she was dead in my yard. She was sleeping. And then later the little girl and her mom walked by again and she was like, "We're so glad to see you." She was worried you were dead. And Jeanette's like, "Yeah, I came back from the dead." Jeanette, that's scary. I know it might be true, but you don't tell the 4-year-old that. Anyhow, so back to this. So a lot of trauma gets trapped in your body. You know, the shit suit analogy, plus facts. And so, I got a lot of shit suit to remove because I have a lot of pent up fucking trauma that I have not processed. In part because lack of time, lack of capacity, knowing that it'll really impact me in a pretty significant way, and kind of being afraid of it. Kind of being afraid of going into the clearing some trauma space, even though I know how to do it. Okay, so anyhow, this is in response to my doctor's prescription and my knowledge and my past self saying, please do it. This would have all worked faster if you just kept up with your movement practice. Part of this processing is also saying shit. And so I might cuss, I might say mad things, I might just make noises. It's all clearing. And when I let it happen, that's interesting. I let it happen when my muscles contract and things happen. I need more water. Almost nothing more important than drinking lots and lots of water. I drink seltzer water sometimes as a treat. There's no sugar in it, just a nice little bit of flavor. It gets me to drink more water. And easy to measure. But I'm not only just going to drink this, I just kind of keep track to make sure I get at least 64 ounces. there was a time when everybody said, you're aging backwards. And I said, I'm just drinking water. Okay, back to the processing. So, this is really satisfying, and there's absolutely no, like, mess to worry about. I'm not hurting anybody, I'm not fucking breaking anything, and in a way, if I was pissed enough, I could actually probably mow this whole fucking yard just by going like this. I don't want to scare my neighbors though, so I'm doing it in the spot where not very many people can see me. Like there's just a little area over there. So, okay. I can throw it. Oh, the other thing I said to my doctor, Dr. Porton at the Amanda Clinic, but don't fill up her calendar because I need access to her. And I see some people are commenting. I don't read them during because it's too distracting. So don't be mad that I don't respond. Okay. Okay. You know, it'd be really fun to have a bunch of friends together to do this. Azari and I talked about rage cleaners, which is a group of friends who go around and fucking clean other people's houses because you shouldn't have to clean your own fucking house. There's a bunch of fucking shit attached to the dirt in your baseboards and on your floor and in your corners, and it's really too much for you to have to process it by yourself. And that's an act of service that friends can do for you so fucking easily. Just fucking schedule it. Just somebody say, hey, our friend needs her house. Well, everybody wants their house as clean as possible. And just think, how much time are you saving somebody and gifting back to them by being like, hey friend, we're gonna clean the fuck out of your house, and we're gonna bring enough people that it only takes a couple hours, and we're gonna make a bunch of noise, and we're gonna laugh, and we're gonna cry, we're like, ah! And you know what? The house will end up really fucking clean. And then we'll do a sage and an energetic clearing and, you know, reset the whole energy of the house. It's one big way to also change your environment both inside and out really quickly. Just clean a lot, but not by yourself. Get your friends. And that's it. And receive that act of service. Anyhow, clean, reorganize, rethink how things are situated in your house. Are they really fucking working, or are there things that are kind of fucking irritating every day? Change it. Try something else. Don't just fucking leave it and tolerate. Or what are you tolerating? Tolerate at least 10% less. Ugh. And eventually, you'll realize quicker what you're tolerating. Hey. Smelling the earth is also a great way to return to Gaia, like Jeanette would say. Okay. What? Alright, so that's the, like, you know, mow the motherfucking lawn with your fucking hands and your trauma segment. Now we're gonna go, let's cut some shit up segment. And that's, okay. And it's fun to use these tools. Okay, let's check it out here. Alright, I love these kind of things. You can cut big, pretty decent size branches with that. And then, oh, we'll get to this when I go to where I planted the flowers. This is a real fun way also to you can do this in the ground, make a lot of noise, and it feels really violent, but it's, you know, it's not. Okay. Oh shit. Where was I? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. My little hand guy is right here. This is for littler branches. So I've been sitting here. Okay. I've been sitting here a lot, listening to my show, which is this right now, is Married at First Sight Australia. It's so fucking interesting. I've been sitting here, bare feet on the ground, and clearing all the dead shit off of this. And it might look like crap for a little bit, but also it's gonna look better. And actually, now what I was gonna do, oh yeah, sometimes I mean, this is pretty satisfying. And I also have been going around and kind of just like trimming it back because it hasn't been done in a while. And so I could use the little guy for this. I'm gonna go over the bigger branch and just kind of feel like it. And I don't care if I'm doing it wrong. I don't fucking care. And there's no wrong way to process as long as you're fucking processing. Okay. Alright, so, okay, so here's part of the reason why gardening or doing this sort of shit is such a good process to clear a bunch of crap. As you can see what you did. See with the effects and what you've accomplished. And then you can celebrate an accomplishment and you get a nice little dopamine hit in a real nice natural way. I also sit when I feel the need. And I'm not masking. And so undoubtedly somebody's gonna make a comment, oh, what's wrong with you? You look exhausted. I am. And I'm not hiding it like I normally would. And here's yet another way to ground. I don't know if the video camera's picking it up, but I'm putting my feet on the tree. Because I can. And it feels good. Another way to ground. Man, it smells good. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick up my gloves because I'm afraid of spiders. And I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna gather some of this real dry shit and I'm gonna put it in this big pot. And I'm gonna save it for burning because I like to burn shit. And it's a really good ceremony. Burping's good. Burping's good.
Oh, it's so gross. There's something wrong with you. I have seen a doctor about that.
No, I say no. Because it's actually a good energetic clearing. And it only becomes physiological harm if you never let yourself burp. But it's not nice. It's not polite. Well, being polite's harming me. Okay, so now I don't hold in burps. So I can break branches or not. I can put them in the bucket. I can be all fucking violent about it. But I'm not afraid because I'm wearing gloves, so the likelihood of a spider or other bug getting on me is low. I don't like bugs. They freak me out. Where I grew up in Alaska, we only had like a couple kind of bugs. Bees, flies, and mosquitoes. I mean, a few other things too, but mostly that. Okay. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to do a little bit of that. Let's see, 17 minutes, okay. I need some more water. Drink more water. If your mouth feels dry, or your lips are chapped, or your skin is dry, drink some more fucking water. Oh, if you got dry eyes, drink some more water. Fucking ridiculous. I would go to the doctor and I would say, oh my God, I have this dry eye all the time. It's so uncomfortable. Oh, use these medicated eye drops. Never asked, are you drinking enough water? Oh, I can't sleep. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, let's give you some drugs or talk to a sleep specialist. No one's ever asked me about the comfort of my bed or whether or not it's big enough. There's other physical issues that could be causing poor sleep. Just more meds, please. Just more, will give you more meds. No one said, maybe you just need to go to bed later and get up later, because they know that the assumption is I have to go to bed early enough that I can get up at the crack ass of what feels like fucking dawn and go drive people around. When I really need to stay up later and sleep in later and then go be creative instead of fucking scrabbling for some money, just a little bit of money. But it takes a lot of fucking energy out of me instead of doing what I really need. It's like processing, making the content that I've been meaning to make, working on the fucking business that I've been working on. It's genius and I need the fucking time to work on it, but I'm out scrabbling for 25 bucks an hour. Sometimes it's 50, but lately it's not 50 often enough. Okay. So I've taken to looking at it like when I go out driving, regardless of how much I made, I got paid to commute, because then I commute back to my office, which is also my house. Okay. If anyone's joined on chat recently, I don't respond in the moment. Sorry about that. It gets too distracting. Okay. Yeah, God damn, that time's expensive. I hate fucking trading my fucking time for fucking scraps. And that's the harm of the fucking capitalist system. So community support based. Okay. All right, so focus. Take 3 deep breaths. That's key. 1 breath. 1 choice. In this case, return to breathing. 1 moment at a time. First time all this was happening, I didn't know what the fuck was happening, and it was scary as hell. And of course, if I told any sort of medical professional, they would tell me that, yep, something is really fucking wrong with you. You should probably get checked out for a seizure disorder. Oh, these medications don't work. There must be something wrong with you, instead of, oh, you know what? Autistic people actually respond to medications differently and kind of need different medications sometimes for the things that a neurotypical person would need, say, fucking Wellbutrin or whatever, bupropion, that motherfucking shit that they put everybody on. Note to the autistics, really check into bupropion and Wellbutrin. I don't think it's a good one for us. Okay, anyway, it's just the case for me. I think it might be the case for quite a few, but
Obviously, I'm not giving medical advice because we got to give disclaimers all the time because we got to cater to the people who do not think critically, because we stopped teaching critical thinking in the fucking schools a real long time ago. So these people do not think critically, and they you have to give disclaimers to say, I'm not a medical professional. You do not take my advice as you know. Anyway, just everybody knows that, right? And if you don't know that, come on, learn it. It's childlike to require disclaimers and trigger warnings on everything. That we didn't used to do that. You remember, folks, we didn't used to give fucking trigger warnings on every fucking thing because people knew how to handle, like, how to recognize in themselves. Maybe they didn't, but still. Now, people know how to recognize within themselves when they are being activated and triggered by something. It is not necessarily, in the beginning, yeah, there's a time to avoid excessive triggers, yes. However, there comes a point where you are fucking running from the work that you need to do, and step in gently into have new experiences with old stimulus, and step into those triggers at the level that you can, caring for your nervous system. It's all discernment practice, friends. It's all discernment and sovereignty practice. Okay. See, I get distracted by having to fucking give up the fucking disclaimers. Do you remember when that lady burned herself with the fucking coffee at McDonald's? She's like, I didn't know it was so hot. Coffee's hot. Coffee's fucking hot. We shouldn't have to put just, notes on the cup. Coffee's hot, be careful. You know that, or you should have learned that as a child. And if you didn't, you know what? It's not my responsibility to manage that for you. Learn the things you need to learn, like coffee's hot. Don't spill it on yourself or it's gonna hurt. So now here we are, we have to fucking give, put notes on everything. Hey, don't try this at home. Don't, be careful about this. Make sure you talk to your doctor. Which is not always the right answer. Anyway, okay. 1 breath. One choice. Let the muscle contractions go. Let the sound out. That's the choice. 1 moment at a time. That passes far more quickly than it used to. Okay. More water. More water. Oh, why is she sitting on the ground? Isn't she getting wet and dirty?
Yeah, it's good for you. Get wet and dirty sometimes. If you're too cold to go outside, put on a fucking jacket, but get the right clothes you need. Go outside. We're not meant to be fucking comfortable at all times. That's what made you soft. Everybody's like fucking chihuahuas, pocket dogs that aren't even really dogs. Go harden up. Go become some huskies. Maybe not go all the way to wolves. Wolves are pretty intense. Okay. Okay, 1 breath. So one of the indications of my nervous system escalating is I'll start talking faster. I'll start going like this in ideas. But I'm noticing now, since I keep coming back to taking a deep breath and putting my hands in the ground, having as much of my skin on the ground as possible. Because you know what? I can wash my clothes now. I don't have to save all my clothes up for however long, put them in a big bag, and then go to the laundromat in town. And that was one of the only times I got to take a shower, too, was at the laundromat in town. Okay, I'm gonna get dirty, and it's okay. I have a washing machine in the house now, because I have electricity now. I have indoor plumbing now. I mean, I've had it since I was 18, but still, I didn't as a kid. I still have to reassure my child self. Look at this, you have drywall and electricity and robots that clean the floor. Like, isn't that fucking cool? Yes, my inner child says, yes, that's fucking cool. Okay. All right, so now the choice I'm gonna make is go show the physical gardening that I've done and how the how Gifts from the Universe or Donna from the Divine, I really want to call it Donna from the Divine, but up until recently I've been calling it Gifts from the Universe. Okay, so gardening as a spiritual practice. Okay, these are all flower bulbs. You can't see a lot of them, but these are all flower bulbs that, oh, these guys too, were all gifts from neighbors. And what I mean by that is in the fall, they'll start splitting their bulbs because they'll have grown so much, and they'll put bulbs on the corner, or they'll put it on Buy Nothing and say, hey, you know, anybody want these? And that's how you get a lot of plants for free. And so I've just been building up my collection, and for years I just planted them in pots, and so finally getting to put them in dirt is very exciting. And this garden box came with the house. Such a fucking gift. All these flower beds are already here. This is actually a huge flower bed, you can't tell, but somebody already established all this. It's also cool for me because we had to create a garden in Alaska. Nobody had done it before. It was like virgin soil. Okay. This rose, I never got to grow roses when I was a kid, and I haven't lived anywhere long enough lately to grow roses, but look at this guy. He's coming back up. Okay. All right, so I have a bunch more grass to fucking rip to shit, and I need to focus, so I'm gonna get off the video. I also gotta get my book out that talks about, it has pictures of all the stuff we can eat in our yard, and since there's no chemicals on any of this, God, this feels so cool. Another way of grounding is just holding some plants and smelling them. Okay. What was I saying? I don't know. Anyway. So lately, I've been making sure that my morning practice includes some form of easy win. In this case, I lately have been playing a lot of video games. Real easy ones, like Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what it is. And I've been like playing for half an hour to an hour in the morning. I just create space for that because I think it's fun. It gets my mind thinking creatively and working on simple puzzles, but it's not the intellectual thinking process that I spend most of the rest of my day in. So where the easy bits of dopamine come in is the past few weeks I've been going back to levels I'd already completed and going for 10 out of 10 of the little ships, and 8 out of 8 of the little things that Jack finds on his compass. But I hadn't completed I hadn't completed every level. I hadn't gotten 10 out of 10 and 8 out of 8 of those. So there was one more level I could not access, and I wanted to really bad. So I went back to every level and I looked it up. How do I find all those things? And then I would complete it and I'd be like, yeah, quick win. For weeks, that's what it was. A little bit at a time, I accomplished. I could see what I did. Yay, I won. Yay, I won. 10 out of 10. Now I get to go celebrate that and get another gold brick. And then today, I finally got the last two. They'd been so hard, I hadn't been able to find them, and I finally found the one, and I finally broke all the goddamn flowers, and I got all the fucking all the gold bricks, and the door finally opened. fun. And I played that level multiple times. It's called The Ride, I think. Such a good dopamine rush. Now I'm outside grounding, which is the other thing I've been putting into my days. Time outside, time in the dirt. That might mean repotting a couple plants. It might mean weeding something. So it can be indoors or outdoors. It might be all this stuff that I've been doing. The grass feels really cool. Like I said, it makes a really fucking cool sound. It's another thing. As a kid, I did not have just grass like this. Nobody grew grass like this. You grew food is what you grew. Whether for food for you or food for the animals. But this could be food for animals. Anyway. Listen. This is what I really wanted to get. Listen. And you see, if you saw me at the beginning of this video, you know I was feeling pretty intense. But now in 30 minutes, I feel so fucking much better. And, the other thing I did is I rebounded this morning. So, quick dopamine. Easy, creative, simple, not intellectual. That, then rebounder, then outside for a while, processing, talking, and I feel ready for my work day, and it's 10:06. And I've noticed that's also my process. I almost always just naturally am ready for like breakfast, which is oatmeal most of the time, and getting into work. About 10 o'clock, and then 10:30 I'm at my desk, just naturally, pretty much every day that I'm not overly exhausted or out on the road. So when I'm out on the road, I have to recover for a few hours before I can get to work. So that means my work day doesn't usually start till about noon on the days that I fucking drove. Okay. Oh, that's good to realize now. I can add 2 hours to the cost of doing fucking business with Lyft. And then I gotta calculate the cost of fucking doing business as a pet sitter. It's great and all, but I need a fucking bunch more help in order for it to finally fucking make money. Okay. I'm excited to get started on explaining what the startup mentality in relational economy looks like. I have invested a great deal into the startup business that I have been bootstrapping for fucking ever, and now it's time to find my investors who can literally be $100 at a time. Doesn't have to be a huge fucking dollar investment when it's a micro startup like this. Okay, a practice of the relational economy, resource raising, fundraising, resetting the belief system around transactional relationships, community supporting community, stepping out of event culture. Oh, it's so nice being in community with you. I see you at all these events, and I feel so close. Well, you're not close unless you've been actually fucking doing some shit together and helping each other out and listening to each other. So move away, get out of fucking event culture and start actually spending time with people, helping them out. Okay. Startup, relational economy, Donna from the Divine, fuck capitalism and transactional relationships, community supporting community. Okay, resource raising. All right, I'm done. Okay, time to get to work. Thanks for being on the receiving end. I hope it was informational, interesting, and odd things. Thanks. Bye.